Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. This is Mia with Chalk with Mia, or Southern Willow Crafting. If you guys have seen, I've started posting a few changes here with the name. I hope you guys are doing well. All right, let's hear. Oh, I'm a little crooked. Hold on. Let's see if I can make this right. I hit a setting before I went live and it turned my screen sideways. I told you guys I've been struggling a little bit. My software that I typically use is expired and I'm not in a place where I really want to renew it right now. So this is how we're doing it. All right, guys, so all right, if you guys are here, please say hello. Let me know you are here. I am going to try to figure out, okay, so there are no comments just yet, or I don't see anybody. You guys hang with me for a second while I get this straight. Like I said, I am learning all new ways to do this again, how I used to do it way back when. All right, I just need to share this fun crafting project to my boutique here. How is everybody doing? So the last time I did this project, if you guys have watched me or tend to watch my projects, you will know I did this project, oh my gosh, probably a little over a week ago maybe. Hey Janet. And I realized the whole time I was not, hi Julie, I was not recording. So I did this entire project, this rolling pin here, without recording any of it. And that's just a little ridiculous. So, oh, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I'm going to get started without my Modge Podge. Gotta find my Modge Podge. But anyways, I had a fun time doing this one. This one I actually got from Julie, who I took this old rolling pin and I took tissue paper and I put it around, and I wish that I could comment with my inspiration photo. And I will put that in the comments later, kind of what has pushed me to want to do this craft, because I think it's so pretty. If you guys can see, it's just tissue paper that I have Modge Podged on here. And I left the edges a little rough because I want that vintage old style on here. But what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to do either 3 or 5 of them, okay? Depending upon, hey Nancy, depending on how big of a container I have. But I want to get like an old farmhouse looking container, or maybe a tin container or something, and I'm going to put them all in it sticking out, right? So they're all like this, sticking out with some greenery, and it would be a really cool center display for a kitchen or a dining room, anything farmhouse. So anyway, so that was kind of my inspiration, and this was the first one I did. So now I'm actually going to do the second one live so you guys can watch me do it, but I want y'all's feedback. So the first one I had done with tissue paper, and I've got a couple of options here, and I am kind of doing the floral or kind of girly themed. And I can't figure out how to open this. This will probably be the hardest part of the entire craft, is figuring out how to open this thing of napkins. So this is a container of napkins, and you can do the same thing with napkins as you can tissue paper. It will probably give it a little bit different of a texture. I'm not sure yet. We're going to try it, guys. It's either going to be a Pinterest, success or a Pinterest fail. But I'm okay either way, because you guys can learn from my mistakes. So this is option number 1. We have this really pretty, oh, you know what? I don't know if it'll be thick enough like it is. They come plied, like toilet paper. You hear 3 ply, 2 ply. This has got 2 plies to it, meaning 2 different layers. And you can pull them apart. Yeah, it'll still be dark enough. Okay, so I have, this is option number 1, okay? Then I have option number 2, and I want you guys to vote. You guys are going to tell me what you think. Now remember, I'm going to do at minimum at least one more rolling pin. I've been buying them as I see them. In fact, Julie, I probably need to get a couple more rolling pins from you because I need them. Or option number 3. So here's the first rolling pin that I did, okay? So should I do option 1, 2, or 3? White, green, or pink? What do you guys think? White, green, or pink? I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to wait for your votes. Help a girl out. I'll be shaking up my Modge Podge while you guys. Number 2. So we have 1 vote for number 2. Hi, Jackie. All right, guys, we're voting. Option number 1, option number 2, option number 3. So far, all right, Marla, you said white. Julie, so I have 2 for green, 1 for white. Throw up your votes. This is option 1, option 2, option 3. So far, the green is winning. And like I said, you know what, guys? I'm going to do more rolling pins, so I'll probably end up doing the other 2 anyways, maybe. I don't know. Anytime I go into thrift stores or even like Tuesday morning or something like that, and they have really pretty napkins like these, I grab them. I mean, these were $1. So these were at Michael's in the dollar bin. So I grab them because I love using these for crafting projects. There's so many different things that you can use them for. All right, guys. So far, it's going to be the green. If I don't get any more votes, I'm going to do the green. How is everybody doing otherwise? Everybody doing okay? I hope so. Things are starting to open back up here in Virginia just a little bit, which is nice. All right. We're going to go with the green because that's the one that had the most votes for right now. At least that I'm seeing. If you guys are commenting otherwise, I apologize. I didn't see it. But I promise you I'll end up doing these later or something. I do like the green. The green will pull what's in this one. All right, so let me put these aside. Okay, we'll get those out of my way. I am going to get a little cardboard here to help, although if you guys have ever been in my craft room, my poor countertop here, I just beat the ever-loving you-know-what out of it, either with glue or paint or just wood remnants, a whole bunch of stuff. So let me put this up here. This number here, if you guys are wondering, this 757-505-0303, that is a texting service that I use. And anytime I'm getting ready to go live, I send out a text message just letting you guys know, usually about 5 minutes ahead of time. Just in case you guys like watching crafting projects and you want to see what I'm going to do, you'll get a notification. I do also send out a monthly one for my Club Couture program. And I might do a few others. I try not to get too spammy with it, but it is a way for me to keep you guys informed. Okay, so if I look at this, just like my other one, there's already a natural crease here on the piece of paper right here. And the end of that, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this all the way down the middle because I've got a lot of paper here I'm working with. And I'm just going to try to make my job a little bit easier by cutting it down. Now the great thing about Modge Podging these is because it's going to look a little frayed and I kind of want that vintagey look, it's okay if it's not perfect. In fact, even if it rips, you can just add another piece to it and Modge Podge that right on. All right, so I'm trying to remember exactly how I did it the first time. I think I had a little bit of a learning curve the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to treat this, I'm going to roll it as we go. So with Modge Podge, you guys, this thing keeps wanting to roll on me. That's the hardest part about working with movable objects. I've done globes where I've painted the globe on Alive, and I always learn stop working with movable projects on Alive because I always look so random. All right, so I'm working with Modge Podge here. I have a huge container of it. You can get it at any crafting store, Amazon, whatever. And I think you can even make your own with some glue and water. I'm just, I'm crafty, but there's certain things I'm willing to craft and some I'm not. So that's just one of them. Okay, so I'm gonna add, and to be honest with you, there's probably a really proper way on how to do this. Like, do you Modge Podge the surface? Do you Modge Podge the paper? I do it all. I Modge Podge it all. And as you can see with the other one, it turned out just fine. So that is the method we're gonna go with. All right, if you're just joining us, say hello. If this is the first time you're seeing my channel here or watching me craft, type a number 1 in the comments. If you have been here before, type a number 2. Oops. All right, hold on. I need to go a little farther over. Say hello and let me know you're here. All right. Okay, so as we go here, I'm going to continue to just Modge Podge and roll, Modge Podge and roll. If you guys want to sprinkle the love, I would appreciate it. If you have any friends who just enjoy crafting and doing projects, then share the love. Okay, so again, I'm just putting a layer of Modge Podge down. You don't need a lot. I'm trying to just make sure I'm on camera. And because it's a rolling pin, I'm just gonna make sure that I pull this tight and I'm gonna roll it right on there so it sticks in the area I just did. Okay? I mean, make the surface work for you. That's kind of my philosophy. All right. Now there are some, I try to find, if I find a really awesome rolling pin that has a lot of great vintage detail or is just really pretty, I wouldn't do this to that. I'd keep its, authenticity of being a vintage rolling pin in that form. These are ones that are nice. They're really nice rolling pins. I like them, but they're a little bit more basic in the detail or not as original looking. Now the other thing that people have done is take wrapping paper, really pretty wrapping paper, and they just do a round sleeve and then they change them out. They don't Modge Podge it to it. They've changed it out. They just glue the edges closed on and just act like a sleeve and literally just put it right on top. I like that idea because then you can change it out for the seasons if you wanted to. Like at Christmas, you have one that has like maybe holly berries and reindeer or something. And at Halloween, one that has ghouls and goblins on it. But for my purposes, I'm thinking an everyday kitchen decor or dining room, whatever type of place. And I'm going to post the inspiration photo when I'm done so you guys can see it. Now my inspiration photo just has them as regular rolling pins, okay? But like I said, I see these really pretty tissue papers and napkins and stuff, and I think, oh my gosh, I just love those prints. I want to see them all the time. I just want to see pretty things. And so why not, include it in the decor when I can. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so now I've gotten to the crease here. I started, and again, I don't care if this Modge Podge gets on the tissue paper because it's going to dry clear. Okay, it's not going to dry white like it looks on here. And it will look a little wrinkly, to be honest. There will be areas that will look a little wrinkled. But again, I like that vintage look, so I'm okay with that. All right, so now that I've got it all the way around, I'm going to cut it. And again, I'm going to have a little bit of a flap here where I just doubled up. And then we're going to work the edges so that they go a little... What I found with the other one is I almost liked it when it wasn't perfect. I liked that, I'll show you guys. I actually even intentionally ripped a few of the edges. I don't know if spatial skills, so I'll have to wait till it shows up on my end to see if I'm doing this correctly. But you guys can see it dips in here a little bit. It's a little ragged there. I mean, I like that. That kind of gives it that older feel to it. So I kind of like the imperfection, to be honest. All right, so I probably could have cut this a little bit shorter, but that's okay. All right, so we are going. So again, if you're jumping on, say hello. I always like to know who's watching, and if I can answer any questions for you guys. I know you're used to seeing me doing some chalk couture projects, and I'm still doing those. It's not that I'm not doing those, but every now and then I like to do other projects as well to give you guys some design inspiration, hopefully, maybe. Or maybe like how I saw that inspiration photo with the rolling pins inside of the container, and then I'm taking it a step further by adding the tissue paper to it. Maybe this will inspire you to do something like this with the Modge Podge and the tissue paper or napkins. Like I said, the old vintage napkins. Okay, so now, oops, just need to get that edge a little bit. All right, so now what I typically do, and I'm brushing down to be able to get that lip where I rolled it over to get that going. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the edges a little bit, and then when I'm done, I will completely Modge Podge the outside of it, and that's going to help protect this tissue paper on the outside as well and give it a nice finished seal, okay? But for right now, so you have a couple of options here for the edge. You can take your scissors and, you know, cut it, I guess. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of Modge Podge all the way around because it's going to soften up that tissue paper, and then it's going to allow me to just rip it, okay? And just rip. Hey, Tarina. Hi, my friend. Okay, so see how I ripped this and I can see some of that rolling pin there? I'm okay with that. I really am. Like I said, I'm going for kind of a vintagey feel here where it's not perfect, you guys. I don't want it to be perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to go around and I'm just ripping the edges. Woo, of course that Modge Podge, it's glue, guys. It's sticking. Look at this, it's sticking to my fingers. Okay, so this is the piece that I had done on a live about 2 weeks ago when I realized I wasn't really live. So now I'm just taking the Modge Podge and I'm doing the edges here. And I'm being kind of rough with it. Just splattering it all the way around. Like I said, it's okay if you get a little extra on there because it's going to dry clear. So yeah, so I did this other one that's sitting here on a live, and then I sat, and while I was watching it, I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. I didn't have anybody commenting or anything, which is fine, but that's not typical. At least I have at least one person watching, right? And there was no comments, there was no viewers, and I was going, gosh, am I live? And then I looked up and I said, nope, I sure am not. And yeah, so then I just went live and did a chalk couture project, like I said, which is fine, but oh, how embarrassing. I thought, typical Mia, you know, you plan, and then it just all goes into the wash. Okay, so again, I'm just pulling this. I did use the Modge Podge to kind of dampen that edge so that I can rip it easier. I mean, tissue paper is pretty light, so it's not gonna be too hard to rip on its own. This just kind of helps it along. Off my fingers. All right, so I think, and I'm just looking at it, even though there is no design to these edges, you can kind of look at it and see if there's an edge that's a little too much or a little not enough. And you'll get a feel for what you like and what you want to do. Like I said, there's really, I mean, no right or wrong way to do this. It's whatever floats your boat. Okay, so let me take a look at this real quick while you guys, I'm going to show this to you. You could take a razor blade, you could take, you know, scissors, pretty much anything you want that makes this work. I'm literally just scrunching it down with my fingers and then going to Mod Podge it in place. Okay, so I'm going to show this to you guys. See this? See how it's just, it's uneven to all get out, but that's how I want it. Okay, same with this side. Very uneven. Okay. I think that's good. All right. So now, just to finish it off, I am going to do a layer of Mod Podge all the way on the outside because as you guys can see, look at this. I'm running my fingernails across this one. It's not tearing. You know why? Because I Mod Podged it. I added that extra layer all the way around. Oh, you sand... Did you do one, Tarina? Oh, Julie, I'm so glad. You know, I posted this on Instagram and I got people to vote. And there were some people who were like, not my style. But I just like it. You got an old thing, you know, an old rolling pin that you're not going to functionally use. Why not use it as a decor item? So cute. Yes, you can absolutely, so Trina, I think I was asking, yeah, you can definitely sand it down. That would be another way to do that. And you could even do that on the main portions, and then you could have little gaps of it kind of looking like it had been beat up and tossed around a little bit. That would be kind of cool too. It just depends on how vintage you're wanting to go. But like I said, I will post the inspiration photo. Now my inspiration photo, the rolling pins are in their natural form. But it is so pretty, and I thought, oh my gosh, how wonderful. And to be honest with you, if I got tired, no, I did a sign but extra. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. If I got tired of these tissue paper, I could literally then just Mod Podge a whole nother layer right on top, or, you know, work on getting this layer off. But the easier thing would be just to Mod Podge right on top of it because it's just such a thin layer. I don't know where I stopped and started, you guys. Like I said, it looks very white right now, but it will dry clear if you've never worked with Mod Podge before. It's just like working with glue because it is a form of glue, I guess, but it acts as a sealer. Have I been rotating this? You guys, you have to help me. You have to keep me straight. I start talking and get all wrapped up in the conversation. I'm sure y'all don't have that problem at all. Right? All right, it looks like it's all over. Okay, so basically what I will do is probably, I mean, last time I literally just sat it down and it did fine. But here's one. Here's the other. Like I said, I'm going to do somewhere between 3 and 5 of them. And then depending upon the size container I can find, I will put them in there with some greenery or some vines or something and, you know, work it that way. So anyways, super fun and fast crafting project. I mean, you can't get but so much quicker than that. So I will shoot a picture of these two, especially this one when it's done, when it's, oh, I probably don't want to set it down too much. Oh, I was lucky there. All right, we're going to find something to prop this up on. I have toilet paper. Don't tell anybody. Oh, you know what? Chalk paste containers work great. I just have to make sure it doesn't roll. We're going to set these up. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Oh, this number is a notification system. So if I send out a text, usually it'll come to your cell phone. So if you text me at this number, I will then add you to my contact list, and I will notify you when I'm getting ready to go live, if I have any specials or deals or anything going on. I try not to be spammy. I don't do it every day. Well, unless I go live every day. But I don't sell your information. I don't use it for any other purpose than really to let you know what I'm doing in the crafting world and to keep you updated. So just another way of notifying you guys. So if you want to, you can text me from your cell phone to that number and just say, you know, add me or something. And then that way I will add you to my list. But anyways, that's it for tonight, guys. It was just a really quick and easy project. Like I said, I will post the inspiration photo so that maybe even in its just solid state as a rolling pin, you guys would be interested. All right. I truly appreciate you joining me tonight. Again, if you are interested in joining my crafting group, just type the word VIP in the comments. It is a private crafting group. Just type the word VIP in there. Also, to let you guys know, my team has been working on raising money for an organization called Watts of Love. It's an organization Chuck Couture is a part of. And we have a digital cookbook that we are selling. It takes a minimum of a $10 donation. If you just type the word cookbook in the comments, I will send you a link on how to make that donation, and then I will, once I get a confirmation of that donation, I will email you a copy of the digital cookbook. It's about maybe 45 recipes or so, and that way it's kind of fun, and it's from team members all over the US, so you'll get a nice little sprinkling of all different kinds of recipes in there. Anyways, and it's for a good cause. 100% of the proceeds go to Watts of Love. So, Vicki, I will absolutely add you to my VIP crafting group. It'll be called Southern Willow Crafting Group. So don't be confused if you see Chalk with Mia and then Southern Willow. I'm kind of doing a brand name change here, but same person, same crafts. All right, guys, I really appreciate you joining in, and I will see you soon. Bye. Don't know which way. Bye.